At the same
Yo, shout out to my boy Nelson. Let's go. Turn it up. He doing it fast.
Let's go toe-to-toe with Lolo. Here's your host, Nelson Lopez Jr. Welcome to Knuckle Town. Got my man right here, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Nelson Lopez Jr. What up, Lolo, man? How you doing, brother? And he is there, frozen in time for all to see, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, as we got some technical difficulties here to open up the Nelson Lopez Jr. show. We got you froze up there, Lolo. But we're very excited, man, to open this show with Nelson, man, and finally give him a voice here. And tonight he's going to be bringing on Gee Perez, which is fantastic, man. We get to talk to Gee about the upcoming BKFC 70. Man, I can't wait to see if they can get his screen unfrozen. So he's going to be joining me as we get ready to go down to Miami this week. I can't wait, man. I swear to God, this year's closing out with a banger of cards is what we're closing out with. Can I get anything there, Mr. Producer Man, on what we're doing here?
Well, we are waiting for our man to get back in the studio. So
it was going right when we started the show, and it froze immediately as soon as the show started. So
that's really what happens.
That might be an omen. And there he is. He's back. He's back. He never left. Welcome, man.
Look who's on the phone. Looking like he said got to get a hair did.
You better get something did. Man,
be ready.
I was telling everybody, welcome there. Nelson said everybody's been excited. I've been hearing from everybody all day. They're very excited that you got your own show, man, that you're gonna have a different perspective and how you know from the leadership role, which is fantastic, man.
Yeah, I love it. I like it, man. I appreciate you guys, making this for me and partnering up to do this. I think there's a lot of stuff that a lot of information that people just need to know. Like I think a lot of fighters, a lot of promoters, a lot of managers, just people in the fight game, it's such an easy business to get into that you just kind of learn as you go. They say build the plane as you fly it. And that's his business. I mean, let's do this. Oh, let's innovate that. Let's so it's something that's a hobby. A lot of people jump in, and then it becomes a business. And there's a lot of trial and error. And I think that I've done a lot of the trial and error already. So I've been helping guide people along the way in all aspects of the business. And I like doing that. I think it's a good thing where I'm able to do it. So,
I mean, absolutely, man. And your perspective, you'll be able to help not only just fighters. We're talking about fighters, managers, trainers, and you've got a unique perspective. You've got a lot of experience in the space, man. So that's going to be just cool right there, watching and seeing that happen. And speaking on that, I mean, this week, you guys have had a fantastic year there at BKFC, closing out with BKFC 70 there in the guitar, the favorite, the Mecca,
right?
Mecca of fighting sports there. How you feeling going into this last card of the year?
I mean, look, man, that's home. That's home for me. I know that BKFC and Feldman, they're all in Philly and they're excited. I'm so excited for that because they've been able to open up their home state, and that's a beautiful thing. But till then, Miami and Florida has been their home. So I'm excited that now we have two homes.
Yeah, man. And you got Captain Deadpool Warren defending that light heavyweight championship against Mike the Marine Richmond. You've got the return of Misfit Korea. You've got, of course, the return of Gee Perez. You've got El Gallo coming back from injury. You've got the Cuban knockout machine Perdomo fighting. I mean, just a banger up and down the card, man. I cannot wait to get down.
Also, we have Tyler Randall, which coming off a really good win off of
That's right.
Rich. You got a kid named Gilberto Fuentes. They call him G Money. He big boy, man, 6'1", 6'2", 1-0 bare knuckle. I think he fought for another bare knuckle company, but it's coming in at 205, and he's taking on a veteran. You know, I think he's a PFL champ, and he's stepping up to the plate. You know, there's another heavyweight. There's a kid named, they call him Chino, last name Bloom, and who else is on there? Someone guys on the undercard.
I mean, that's crazy, man.
I mean, listen, great card. I love when these the prospect guys, because Chino was a prospect, was one of the guys that fought on prospects, amateurs, and look, proof of concept. You know, got 2 fights out the way, and now he's on a big card in Hollywood. So, you know, it works.
And of course, our brother from another mother, as he joins us right here. Could you do me one favor for me, Big Man G? Could you turn your phone sideways to eliminate those black bars we got? There you go. Look at a big pretty man
put some light
there.
in your face. Put some light in your face.
And Gee Perez in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
I caught G. G was taking a nap. You know, G's training at night now, so
I know about naps. I know about naps. So G, man, G, I'm gonna leave it up there to you and Mr. Nelson Lopez. Nobody wants to hear me talk. We're here to see Nelson Lopez Jr. So here we go, low.
So you know, I mean, G, you know, you come in here to Harvard. This is your home too. This is your home.
Oh, there he went on you.
Oh, he lost. He did a Nelson Lopez.
He did a Nelson Lopez Jr. There he goes. It's the Nelson Jr.
That's a cool intro, man.
I love that intro, man. Look, he's playing with us. G, the Cutman Perez is playing with our emotions, ladies and gentlemen. We are.
You think you gonna get off that easy, face? You ain't gonna get off that easy. You know I know this might be my show, but you
well, don't worry. Next time, Don Lemon will be ready, boss. I will be ready, boss. I promise. So, G, man, you ready? Are you situated over there, man? I see you got a beautiful place there, beautiful crib there.
Bro. I'm trying to get situated over here, bro.
G got the all white on white.
I'm telling you, man. Look, you know, got the pretty ladies, got a good job, got the nice house. I want to be in when I grow up.
Hey, G don't do any cooking in there.
Heck no, nothing has been cooked in that house. Nothing.
Cooked already.
Hey. So, G, this is your home, man. This is how's it feel? I mean, you've already. How's it feel walking out? Because, man, look, it's like when you walk out, or any of my guys that are from here that I know where they come from, and you know when Gaio walks out with HDY, it's, you know, I'm not showing favoritism. It's just like I know them on a young scale when they first started. So when they walk out, I kind of feel like, man, that feeling, you know, I feel what they're feeling, you know, and I see G walk out, knowing where he comes from, knowing where, like, you know, what he's done in life.
From Muck City, baby.
Yeah, I'm talking about beyond Muck City, right? You know, cause he come from the ocean. He's like Nemo.
He come from the ocean. Come on now. Damn, G just popped out the ocean like Aqualad.
What's that feeling? What's that feeling like, G, man, when you see your family and your friends, man, just yelling and that guitar pop, that pop in that building is like nothing else. Crazy.
Man, it's just it's a feeling, bro, that I think everybody needs to feel it at least once. Right. It's like you get chills, you get like it's like 100 emotions going all at once. And it's like, and you're not worried, like you're not scared or anything, but it's that feeling that, like, man, like this is huge. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're walking out and everybody's there, and all the lights are on you. Everybody's looking at you, so you're like, damn, you can't mess up. You can't, like, everything just going through your head, you know?
Is there more pressure, or just because you're home, is there more like, I don't know, maybe there's more emotion? Because when you fought in Albuquerque, you know, how was that? I mean, you got a big response in Albuquerque. People were screaming for you like if you were from there.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, Albuquerque was I felt like I was home too, you know, because everybody was cheering for me basically, and it's a feeling, bro, that, like, how do you even explain the feeling? Like, it's something you gotta feel, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's not nervous. It's like chills, and like you just feel good. You just feel like you ready to go, and at the same time
Feel like a
you're a little,
superhero.
yeah.
Man, that's great. That's an awesome feeling, man. That's an awesome feeling. You blowing kisses over there.
No, I just blew something off the.
What do you what do you know? What do you what do you know about? I mean, you've seen Cap. Have you ever worked Caprio's
Yeah,
corner?
actually, I worked all his corners.
Oh wow. But that's got to be different too. Like you got a really good. You're a good guy. You got a really good relationship with these fighters. You know, I don't really. You really never had no beef with anyone. It
No,
was been
ever.
very professional.
Everything's very
Um,
professional.
have you guys said anything to each other online or anything?
Nah, man, we're keeping it professional. Everything, like I said, this is a business. Just because we're fighting don't mean that we gotta hate each other and everything. But you just
Well,
listen.
I do have a question about
Our
that,
names
G.
came on the list, and we just gotta really like go
Handle
out there
business.
and yeah, exactly.
I got a question for you, G. That brings up a point for me. You are, one of the best cutmen in the business. You do see more action probably than any fighter else. Does it give you an advantage when you get to see everyone close up? You get to see them real close. You get to see what their strengths and weaknesses are, and you even get to deal with their emotional levels in between the rounds. Does that help you? Is that an advantage?
No, I don't see it as an advantage. I see it as more like what they go through that moment of time. Like everybody's different. Like I deal with my stuff a little different than everybody else. Like in my mind is, if I'm like my thing is, all right, I need to finish this round, and then once I go back to the corner, I'm already thinking what I'm doing in the next round. Like other fighters, they when they go into the corner, they're just I don't know if it's they're lost or they don't know what to do, but normally they ask the corner man, like, yo, what's up? What's next? It's like, so I'm thinking they're like, man, like you should
You
know
better
this.
not get punched in the face no more. That'd be my first
Yeah.
plan.
Right.
But no, it doesn't help at all. It's just a how do you call it?
It's got to make you feel more comfortable. I mean, you got more time in that ring than anyone. I mean, it feels like a second home to you, G. You're at
Right.
all the events. You're one of the most
I
popular
mean, I get
fighters.
in that ring, bro, and to me, every time I get step in that ring, it's like a sparring session to me because I've been in and out of it so much that
That's what
it's
I'm
like to
saying.
me, it's like I don't even get like
That's your home
that
away from
one little
home, man.
feeling you get right before you hit that line and say, "Oh shit!" No, I don't even get that anymore.
And Lolo, you have a unique perspective here too, because you're at every event right there. You're in the back. You're working with the fighters right up to the point where they come out. So, I mean, you almost feel like it's a little part of you coming out there every time a fighter comes out, right?
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. Like you kind of, and I wish I can be that close to every single fighter actually. So I would love. Sometimes I'm watching the fight, and I want to tell both of them what to do, because you can see it. You can see that. I want to go to one corner and say, maybe you should do this, and go to that corner and say, you should do this, and I just can't say anything. I just got to sit there.
Right.
But yeah, there is, my palms get sweaty.
You got such a relationship with close, especially that crew. A lot of great fighters out of the area you guys come from. I mean, Florida is the home, the
Right.
heartfelt of this, and
Right.
so many. You have such a large relationship. I mean, it seems like every fighter that I meet as I travel around knows Nelson Lopez Jr. in an intimate way, like knows him,
Right.
friends with him.
Right.
That's my guy. Everybody,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
all the way up to my guys here in North Carolina, Michael Williams Sr. That's my guy, Nelson. So everybody knows Nelson, man.
I feel like I just don't leave anybody I don't like cutting anybody out. I don't like
You never leave a bad taste in their mouth, right?
no, I don't disregard anyone. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I guess people get to a certain level and they feel like, what can that guy do to me if I'm talking to Conor McGregor? Do for me if I'm already talking to Conor McGregor? What can that guy do for me
If you're already setting up, if you've already messed with Jake Paul and the likes of the people that you
if I'm
said
already
have
sitting next to Dave Feldman, if I'm already sitting next to, Bob Arum, why am I going to talk to this new guy from North Carolina that's only has 2 fights? I don't see it that way. I see the guy with 2 fights that he can possibly be world champion, and I feel like let me not neglect giving the opportunity or saying that I helped, or I don't know. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I have a little bit of a little bit influence in each fighter or somebody that you meet, just because I don't neglect knowledge or advice. It's free. You know, it's something that I learned. Why not share it? So I'm not afraid or stingy to share the knowledge, and that's what I do. So I guess that's, I never thought about it like that, but that's maybe the reason why a lot of people feel that I'm
That's awesome.
as close to them as they think. So
why we got Cut Man, one more question for you, sir, as we head into this fight now. Man, you've basically been unbeatable except for, one blip with an influencer,
Let's not talk about that.
Do you feel like if you win this, man, are you ready for the title contention? And I know that the fans want to see you in a title bout.
I mean, like I said, we're like, well, we'll talk to the team and see if that's an option. If it is, then we're taking it. Like it's really up to basically, my manager, which is,
Just tell them, G, you want a title shot. Just say it.
Yeah, that's right.
I do want a title. Of course, everybody wants a title shot.
That's right. Everybody wants a title shot.
Say it, G. Say it.
Hell yeah, I want a title shot.
You see, the man got the beautiful house. He got the beautiful woman. He need the beautiful belt. He's almost got the whole set
hanging there in the back. The gold up there.
That man ain't even ever touched that refrigerator. Look how clean that refrigerator is, man. He don't even. Somebody gets him stuff out that fridge, man.
There ain't even nothing in there.
Ain't a fingerprint on that fridge, man.
Ain't nothing but vegetables and water in there.
That boy making weight, boy. Ain't nothing.
You trying to make 125,
That's a hard one.
There he is. Look at him. He got a few days out.
On another note, you got Deadpool versus the Marine Richie.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
I know you don't like to call out. No. Just give me an analysis of that fight. How could that fight possibly go? Because you've been in the corners of both men, and you know the skill level of both men. On your eye, your skills. What do you think about that fight? How that fight could go?
That fight can go either way. I mean, you got the Marine, which he's a well-known. Obviously, we know he knows how to fight. He knows how to box. He goes to the body a lot. He's gonna break you down, and once he breaks you down, he finishes on top. I mean, he's strong. He stays in the pocket. He doesn't like try to move away. And then you got Jared Warren. He's gonna stay long. He's gonna use his range and he's gonna pick his shots. But again, there's 2 men in there that one wants the title and the other one holds the title and he wants to keep the title. So at the end of the day, it's whoever wants it the most. I mean, it can go either way, man. Like, but the Marine's a veteran. You got Jared Warren, which is he wants to stay with the title, and he don't want that title going nowhere. So he's gonna do everything possible to hold that title back home.
You probably feel like maybe Jared has more to lose. Maybe Jared, maybe the Marine, as good as he is, maybe he's been there, done that, right? And maybe this should be like just pass the torch. Jared Warren is the new guy on the block. He's the new champ, and Jared's gonna do everything to kind of show that. But in this bare-knuckle business,
you never know.
You can't count no one out. No one, because one punch changes everything. One punch changes the entire result of what could happen. One cut, one knockdown. That's why that's why I commend Marine Richmond. He stays in that pocket. He gets in and he lets that punch come this close. A lot of people want to get out of there, and he's there. He's there. He's risky. He has guts to stay in there and fight, and that might be hard for a long, like you say, long Jared Warren that can fight from the outside and pick his shot. So
I think it's a great analysis by G. I mean, perfect analysis of both fighters. I'm gonna say this, man. That's a scary guy. The Richmond's scary, very scary guy. I would lean toward picking him, but I just don't think you're gonna take that title from Jared. I really think he's in great shape right now. His mind is. I've spoken to him in his camp. I just don't know if you're gonna beat him right now.
Right. It's gonna. I think you know once you hold that gold, a switch goes off in your head. You know, like you fight a lot different. You know, you're fighting for something bigger now. You know, you're fighting for the bigger purse. You're fighting for a defense. You're fighting. It's like almost like I got this under my belt. Here's
you're protecting your legacy. It's your legacy.
Yeah, man. That's something that's, you know, the mind. 70% of this whole thing is up here, and that's a big play. All right, G. You know, co-main event. You seen Christine Ferreira run through the division. You know, she's like you, big girl that can make 125. You know. And then you got Christine Vincent that, I mean, she's no pushover. She went on with Jade Warren or with Jade Warren. I think she beat her on a cut too. She got a cut and they stopped the fight, but she's throwing hands. She's coming forward. How do you see that?
I mean, I see that as I mean, it's gonna be a good fight. I mean, you got, like you said, you got Christine, which is she's not letting nobody come in there and take her belt. You know, she hits hard for her division. She's a scrapper, bro. She wants to fight. And then you got Christine Vincent, which, you know, this is something, I guess, for I overheard one of her interviews. You know, is something more than just winning the belt. I mean, she's doing it for her family. She's doing it for her kids. Like, she promised her kids she's bringing that belt home. So it's gonna be a good fight, man. Like I said, like you said, one punch can make a difference, but it's definitely gonna be a good fight. It might be fight of the night.
I was saying that fight of the night. All right. Any other fights on the card that other than yours that sparks your interest? All of them interest me. I like the Gallo fight. That's a great match.
Man.
You know, great opponent to come back on.
I do want to add one more thing to the Ferreira thing before you move on, Lolo. You know, she also has the added pressure of this fight of she is really pissed off about the way the Jad fight went. She has been walking around pissed off for months, and that people booed her at that fight, that fight wasn't exciting, that Feldman actually publicly came out and shitted on the fight afterwards. And so she is really coming in. And, you know, Vincent is game. She's going to come right for her. So this might be built up for the Misfit to come out and really whip some ass. She's really pissed off, man.
Yeah, listen, it's just a great setup for a great fight. The Misfits coming to prove a point, and Christine, and Vincent is like, you're not coming to my house to take what's mine, what's been mine. So it's gonna be a great fight, beautiful fight. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this card. What else you got, G? Anybody else on the card you're excited about?
We have what was on that card?
Perdomo.
That's gonna be a good fight. I mean, he always brings it, you know, but
Costa is actually
a different guy in there, you know. So
Costa is a guy that can actually is a tough dude with a good background, can take a shot, a lot of power himself. If he blows through Ortiz the way he's been blowing through everybody else, you might have to look at the title strap there, Lolo.
Yeah. Hey, why not? Why not? The heavyweight division is growing. It's growing. There's a new heavyweight that's coming to the roster. They call him Chino, and he's also going to be on the card debuting. You know, we gotta go ahead and sign these heavyweights. We got to sign some 205ers and some 185ers. So you out there listening, from 185 to 205 to heavyweight, hit me up.
Big boys, hit up Lolo. You hear him? The big, he's saying, hit him up if you're a big
hit
boy.
Me up, man. Let's get you on the roster. We got Perdomo as a challenge. We got the Jared Warren's a challenge. You know, there's some good fights out there. You know,
you got Juggernaut coming back sooner or later, and he's gonna be coming back to that 205. You can guarantee it.
There you go. So I mean, we got to line them up. That's why they have a couple 205ers that night too. You got Rafael Carvalho taking on a kid G Money from Miami too. Carvalho is an MMA champ coming to prove a point. And G Money, his name is Gilberto. He's from Miami and he's 1-0, and he's a young cat that's not gonna sit there and let someone come in and take their city. So there's a lot of attitude, a lot of ego, a lot of territorial fighters on the card that are not gonna let this go by easy. So it makes for a great fight, you know.
And I want to let everyone know in the comment section that we will be taking questions for Nelson here toward the end of the show. So please keep your comments coming on the stream, and we will get to it. And we will, of course, make sure that Nelson answers those questions. Sorry, go ahead, Lolo. Back to you.
Yeah, bring the questions, man. I mean, look, I think there's a lot of things out there that
Here's your chance to ask Lolo. I mean, I expect to get some questions on here because they're already asking. It's already. I'm watching the chat. I mean, they've been going crazy in the chat. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, there's I think fighters just need to understand the business a little more. And I think managers should inform the fighters more. And I tell the fighters all the time, you know, don't rely solely on your manager to just say, hey, this is when you fight, or this is how much you're gonna get paid, or, you know, like, sit down with them and strategize. Be on that conference call too. You know, this is your business. This is your game too. Like, this is your product and your enterprise. And you know, it's more of a team effort kind of thing. You know, with other fighters that Alicia along the entire, you know, career, like, I've brought her into these meetings and let her understand that, hey, this is what that promoter offered. This is how we're going to counter offer. This is how we're going to, you know, respond to them like this. And so they can learn. They need to understand, because sometimes fighters are like, why am I not getting paid this? You know, why does he get this and I don't get that? Every case is different. Every fighter is different. Every contract is different, you know? So
let me ask you a question. How does a fighter get on the radar of Nelson Lopez Jr.? How do they get on your radar? Like, how do you see, like, you know what I mean?
You know, like, I know a lot, and I get it. Some people are like, hey, I don't want to like hit him on Instagram or Facebook. You know, he's he's never gonna see it. Look, McGregor sees your messages. You know what I mean? Somebody sees them. You know, I like this. I like, you do it. Everybody does it. The biggest names in the game do it. They get online and they look through their Instagram and their Facebook and they look at videos and they say, wow, look at this kid. Look at this guy. Oh, look at his following. Look at his engagement. Hey, what a good look. Look, he's young. Oh, maybe he's not young. Maybe he's old, but wow, look at the knockout power. He still looks good. He still looks like he can fight. He still is attractive as a fighter. Look, you know, there's a lot of components to what makes you an attractive fighter and attractive to a promoter. And you know, it just takes, make the message, you know, send the videos, let them know how you feel like you are an asset to this game of bare knuckle. It's new. It's new. Don't sit back. It's not like we've been doing this for 10, 20 years. We're 5-6 years into the game legally. So everyone that reaches out usually gets a chance, you know? Everyone that reaches out usually gets a chance.
And you also, I mean, you have to be a tireless self-promoter as a fighter. That's what you're saying right here. You have to promote yourself. You have to be self-promoting every day. Don't rely on your manager. Don't rely on this. Let me ask you this question, though. When you do this, you've been in the rooms when they make these matches. Do some of these social media matchups, when you see people saying, hey, the fans love to see this, does that ever get back in the room where somebody says, look at this, this is what the fans want to see, and you know, these are matchups that could be made?
Yeah, it definitely is it's a part of it, but you gotta also understand this. When you have streaming platforms like Fubo or DAZN or ESPN or whatever, right? Showtime, whatever kind of network, you know, they're more about, first we have to see the skill level. You know, it has to be an equal skill level, and that's number one. Number two is the presentation of how that fighter's record looks. You know, it can't be 0-5 and a 5-0. You know, so that's what's on paper. When they say, "Oh, it looks good on paper," that's what that means. You know, the weight looks the same, the record looks kind of the same. And then skill wise, the TV knows this guy. The TV looks at it, goes, oh, it looks great on paper. Okay, and then the promoter knows that, hey, that's a great matchup. And then you say, oh, by the way, man, what a great social media campaign they both have, and they're going back at each other. People really liking it. It all plays, a part. It's not just one component. It really is never just one component. It really isn't that. And then you got the ticket sales part of it. I know that sometimes it gets like, oh, I gotta sell tickets. But you have to be an asset to the promotion as well. You have to be an asset. You just can't be a guy.
Yes.
Perdomo's is not just knocking people out. He's knocking people out and selling $30,000 in tickets.
That's right.
You know what I mean? How can I negotiate a purse for you when you don't sell any tickets? No one buys a subscription for you to be on the app, and you're just knocking people out. Like, yes, the promotion is going to promote you, but how can I go in and say, hey, man, I need some more money for this guy. This guy's making you guys money.
Speaking of that, and Gee, I want you to say on this, what do you guys feel about the Cuban invasion? Cubans are taking over the sport, dominating the sport, and it's the excellent fan base down there, man. The feeling is great. How do you guys feel about this Cuban invasion, like across the sport too, not just BKFC, just across the sport?
Well, look, I'll let G. You can answer first, and I'm gonna let you know what I feel about that.
Well, I just think that Cubans, as me as a Cuban, like I came from Cuba, and I wanted they basically reached for something better in life, and I've been fighting since I was 7 years old, and it's something that I feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable fighting. I feel comfortable, like it's just hard. It just comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like they got something to prove because they struggle so much back in their country that they don't want to struggle here, and they just want a better life. And I guess it just they got to make sure that they do better than anybody else.
And you just all born with dynamite in your hands, because that's what it looks like. Shit.
No, man. Look, the thing is that those guys over there, you got to think. A lot of people aren't even working in Cuba. Yeah. They're just going. They're going to that gym, that dirt floor gym out there, and they're in boxing university, either like a wrestling university, fighting university, grappling university. And these guys get a better opportunity here. They're going to capitalize. But I'm gonna tell you one thing and this goes back to what I said. Hey, you have to be the full package, right? One thing that I tell Perdomo and I tell all these Cuban fighters. You have to relate to the American people. You have to speak English. You have to be able to know enough English to get the contract and that's endorsement from Kellogg's and Nike and Gatorade. You're in Miami, and I think a lot of them get satisfied with being just famous in Miami. And I think that's part of the part where the manager has to say, hey, you need to be able to speak English and get on these interviews and get on these podcasts. I want to bring Perdomo on here and let him talk, so we can really get to know him. We don't really know him. And that's when a fighter becomes a household name, when you get to know them or you feel like you know them. Man, he has a little Chihuahua. Man, I have a little Chihuahua, Oh,
you're right. You're right about that. You're right. We love to have a little something we can be like, that's my guy. And I'm like that too.
I'm just like that guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little sneak peek of this guy when he came from Cuba.
Here we go.
See if you recognize him.
He looked like he weighed about the same.
You know what he looked like?
125.
Yeah, he probably weighed 80 pounds right there. Fresh off the boat.
65 pounds I used to weigh.
65 pounds.
Guillermo the Cutman Perez right there, ladies and gentlemen. Throwback.
I'm gonna put Cutman there. Hey, that's so funny. He looked like Prince Nassim on there.
So
Prince,
guys,
who you got on? Who else you got on the card? You like excited to see?
I mean, first, I'm really excited to see the return of El Gallo. He's one of my favorite fighters, man. I love Brian Duran, man. He had that gruesome injury in the first round against Kai, and he still fought through the 5 rounds. Yeah. And then afterwards, they had to reattach his damn muscle to the bone I mean, I love that kid. I love the story. I think he's a true bare knuckle fighter. I'm excited to see him come back.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy for him. Look, it's never easy. It's never easy coming back from an injury. I feel like it kind of settled him a little bit. It allowed him to like reflect on his career from to that point, and I think that it added a lot of growth. You know what I'm saying? A lot of maturity, a lot of like just evolvement in that as an athlete. That injury and that L it's just probably gonna make him a lot better. So
well, you know, and he's, you know, I've talked to him a lot, of course, and you know, the narrative in that fight was, oh, he got humbled by Kyle. Well, that guy is already humble, man. He didn't need to be humbled. He's humble. He was selling the fight with Kai as far as that goes, but he's a very humble dude in person. He's very happy with what he's done in his life, and he's gonna get in there and he's gonna knock somebody's head off because, as G said, you know, Brian comes from the tough side of this business, tough side of the life, and he ain't going back. I'm gonna just tell you that. I know that.
And not just that, like me myself, like I got a loss over an injury, and it's one of the worst feelings that you can feel as a fighter, being in the circle and knowing that you can beat this guy, but you know, like to lose to an injury, it sucks, bro. Like it really sucks, and then you have this inside of you for like it's a feeling that you don't ever want to feel again. So you making sure you ain't gonna lose no more.
It feels like your body failed you, right, G? Like your body let you down.
Yeah,
you know.
Face.
So
Face. Let me ask you something, man. You how'd you get into the whole bare knuckle thing, the whole sport? Have you been a combat sports man all your life?
Well, I mean, I come from a boxing family. We love boxing all our life, and you know, our father definitely had us watching boxing from before we can remember. And then we had a close family tie with Zab Judah growing up, which made us even, you know, want to be involved more. My little brother, of course, as you know, Joshua, man, has always been in promotions all the way back from Christy Martin to scouting for Auburn, all through the college. He's been involved in the cutting edge of sports. And a couple of years ago, I was doing voice work, and he's been getting me involved. Shout out to Josh Chassie, my man, my main man, my little brother. He got me involved. Of course, I have the passion there. I love it. So for me, this ain't no gig, man. I'm watching 20 to 30 hours a week of bare knuckle action for the last 2 years, man, and I love every second of it, bro.
I love it, man. I love what you're doing too. I love that you know, you grabbed it by the horns and you involved yourself, and you're actually like really. I see the development of everything that you're doing. I see the growth. You know, I see what Knuckle Town is doing, and I think it's just is up from here. You guys are like ahead. You know, you guys are like in the forefront. Like I said, this is new. So you and all the other podcasts that are coming up now, I think those are going to be the big podcasts for the future. So, well,
we know that, you know, the new media is where it's at now, boss. I mean, you know, Fox and CBS and all that's been great for 50 years, but now it's the new media. New media runs everything. They can move at a faster pace. And you know, the passion of the sport. We're growing with the sport. We happen to get lucky, get involved in the sport in its infancy. It's growing so fast, and we're riding along that wave now, boss. You know what I mean? And look, we have Knuckle Town is for the fighters. We just move with the fighters. We're doing things for the fighters, and now we have Nelson Lopez Jr. doing his podcast on our platform. That's a huge for us. I mean, it's a huge get for not just the fight community, but for us, for sure.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
So, G, man, you gonna make weight? How's it looking? How's weight cut going? I know it's hell to cut weight, man. It's the worst part of fight.
Please leave that man alone, man.
Every day I'm worrying, but then
bro, I'm so tired of
the thing comes like, man, this is so easy. Like, why am I so worried?
Why am I worried?
I hit up Nelson. Yo, can I eat this, bro? He goes, bro, you can eat, bro. Just
eat whatever you want. Like, he's like, bro, he's on weight. He's been on weight.
Let me ask you both this, guys. I mean, cutting weight is the hell, man. It takes some guys to the very brink. And last week I was at an event, and we had a lady in the elevator about to go shave her head to lose half a pound. And that wasn't going to work, guys. That wasn't going to work. Okay. That wasn't going to work. You're just going to be bald-headed. You was going to be bald-headed and overweight.
It's a big responsibility, you know, and I think that if you're going to be a fighter, and this goes out to all the fighters, you know, don't don't just train, or don't just be on your diet, or don't just be on your A game just because you don't have a fight schedule. Because to me,
be like Rockstar and stay on. Rockstar's always in shape, bro.
Yeah, man. I just don't. It gives me I get this thing inside when I see a fighter that is just not responsible 24/7. If you're a fighter on everyday life. You know what I mean? Like if you're seen as an icon of being a fit individual that's a professional fighter, if that's what you do, then you maintain yourself where you need to be at, like at any time, especially in this business. In this business, when a date comes up like that, when a phone call comes up like that, and those opportunities, you lose them. All you guys out there that are sitting there waiting to get a date to train, I'm telling you, you're not doing it right. You need to be training.
Well, let me ask you this: do you get pissed off because at BKFC 69 we had one particular fighter, Livingston, missed weight by 2 pounds, and his opponent said, "I'm gonna fuck you up worse because I skipped Thanksgiving for this shit and you didn't make weight, so I'm gonna beat your ass worse now." Is that how mad you feel because you haven't eaten, you hangry as fuck, and then he don't make weight? I'm ready to kill you.
That's another thing. Another thing is that when you're not gonna make weight. You know what I mean? Like if you're 20, 30 pounds over and you're 2 weeks out, like communicate. Tell your manager to call the matchmaker. Call Nate. Tell Nate. Tell me. Tell somebody. Tell Andy. Tell somebody so we're trying to keep your face.
Make a catch weight or something so the other guy doesn't kill himself.
We don't want to lose a fight. We don't want you to go kill yourself losing 20 pounds the night before so you can dehydrate and have kidney failure. Like we don't want that. So a lot of people are like, they're scared to talk because they might lose the opportunity. But man, we got to communicate, and we want the best for you. We don't want you to go in there, lose all this weight and get hurt. I got guys that ask me all the time, "Hey man, can we just do a catch weight 5 pounds heavier?" Yeah, fine. Let me see. Maybe not 5, but maybe 3,
right?
Maybe 2,
right? Something,
and that makes a big deal. So, like a lot of these guys just got to kind of be responsible in that way. Everyone's kind of afraid. Oh, I don't want to say nothing because I might get taken off the card. Or no, man. The safety's first. Like that's something that we really, really don't want. We don't want in bare knuckle. We're already under the microscope. We're already waiting for something to happen to say, hey, look, from bare knuckle guys, this happened.
Yeah, but no one can say that you guys don't. The medical is really high level there with BKFC and in general. The doctors, there's nothing. Yeah. They stop on the air. So let me ask you. Okay, we're about to push the show. Would you like to take some questions from the stream, Lolo?
Let's go. Bring it on.
All right, Mr. Producer Man, why don't you bring us up some questions on the bottom so I can forward those over on to Mr. Lopez, please, sir. Mr. Producer Man.
Are they going to go on our chat?
I actually think we pretty much ran through all the questions. So
no, I saw some I did not ask. So I did see a shout out to Tyler Bates with the Weekly Bus. I see he's in here watching. He did want to ask if anybody caught the debut of the Fusion League last night. I did catch the Fusion League. They had the season's beatings there. It was a very exciting card. I watched it along with him, so it was really fun. I did see that.
What is that? What is that?
It's an MMA promotion out in Montana, and they've been doing fights for several years, and it was a pretty good card, man. Some great fights, and they had their championship. I forget the weight exactly, but some smaller guys. Oh yeah, it was Bercier versus Polk, right? Is that what you're talking about, Tyler? I believe. But it was a good card, man. Listen, if somebody's fighting on the corner at 2 a.m. outside the Waffle House, I'm gonna pull over and watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna watch that shit. I love it, man.
That's funny.
If two bums is fighting and car jitsu is on, I'm gonna choke you with the seatbelt, motherfucker. I'm watching that shit. I love that shit. They got that shit where people are hanging from the shit, kicking each other in the face. I was watching that shit the other night. I'm like,
that is crazy.
They kicking each other in the face, hanging on a jungle gym, my man. I don't know how do you train for that? But
Face, did you train a little bit too? You throw hands?
Oh yeah, man. I whoop your goddamn ass, man. Like, no. I did box when I was young. I boxed for several years with actually a famous trainer here out of Fayetteville, Angel, who also trained Paul Spadaforo back in the 80s.
Angel who?
Angel Rivera.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know Angel.
Yeah,
hey, Paul, man, I'm so mad. Paul Spadaforo got that chance, man. 44.
Man, he was a bad dude, man. Yeah, a bad little dude, man. He used to
Hey,
train
there's
out of a
no,
little gym here in Fayetteville. When and Angel was a bad little man too, man. Rest in peace, bro.
yeah.
Critical for here, but yeah, man, I loved boxing as a young dude. Just my height is a problem, and I was always heavy, so I was always like a 5'8", 200-pound guy. And when you're 5'8" big guy, it's hard. Them guys are 6 foot, man. They hit you from the other side of the ring, man. So
You would have been good in bare knuckle though.
oh yeah, man. Listen, I'm 48. If bare knuckle was around when I was 28, I'd have been doing it all day long. I would have loved it. Yeah, man.
I believe it too. So, what? Any other questions on there?
Okay, so I know that I've seen a few. Well, first of all, there's a lot of praise in the comments from a lot of people finally seeing you have your own show. They were very happy to see that.
Cool.
Mr. Producer Man, I know we missed one or two. Okay, there. Oh, here's one from one of our homemade man. Val, what up, Val?
You my favorite prospect, man. You.
Yeah, you go. Val, you those. Does anyone have a favorite prospect at the moment? I do. Rodney Hinton. I love that dude, man. I love everything about that dude. That's my favorite prospect. Dude.
I like Rodney Hinton, man. He's a very genuine guy. Has an amazing story. I'm telling you, bro. I wish I could clone myself so I can just make sure that I could tell my other self to do 12 shows a year, just pure prospects.
Man, I love it.
I just you don't understand, man. Every month I'm like, man, I need a gap so I can do one of these shows and just keep them going. I really, really wish I could do one every month, man. And I'm just busy. I
think that's one of the greatest aspects of what you guys do, that prospect series. And there are a lot of young, great fighters. John Carlos, I mean, baby Hulk. I mean, we talk about Ryan Arancibia, one of the greatest amateur in the world. Chango, there's so many. Chachi Rivera, Chachi Versace. I mean, there's so many good young prospects, man.
Ryan's pretty good too.
He's my Arancibia, right?
Yeah.
To me, he's the best amateur fighter in the world. That's know what I'm saying. Ryan Arancibia, man. But,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the future of the sport is in good hands thanks to people like you, Nelson, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Man. Yeah.
Appreciate it. I gotta give thanks though to David Feldman though. He established a whole nother lane for a lot of people, and I just gotta always kind of like give credit where credit is due, because in the boxing business, I was very a little discouraged. You see it all the time. The robberies and the decisions, the politics. And Dave Dave he put this together where you can branch off and do this podcast that wasn't in a monopolized boxing world where this podcast would never be able to exist, right? Because it was overshadowed by something else that's already in the works.
Or they'd actively just shut you down. You know how boxing is. Boxing will not only rob you, they'll actively shut you down.
Shut you down, absolutely. Yeah. And even now, there's champions that say, I want to do this and I want to do that. I want to get paid this. And they say, oh yeah, okay. You know what? We'll strip you of your title in a couple months and you won't get a fight and you won't be champion no more.
Mario asks, not to cut you off, but Mario asks, are you ready to be in Agua Calientes again? Great fights there would definitely be blood.
That's one thing. I mean, we didn't bring that up, but we're doing a Prospect Amateurs in Agua Caliente, Mexico. I'm very excited because there's a gym there, number one. I can't wait to see Mario. Mario has a twin. He's fighting his twin. Same size boy. Same weight, they look the same, look like brothers. And I got some ladies fighting there too, which is amazing. And that's one of those fights where we had to do it. We've been planning it. There was no gap anywhere to run to Mexico to do this show. And shouts out Josh, because he says he took the bull by the horns and says, Nelson, I know you're busy. I'm running out there and I'm gonna set it all up. And shouts out to Martinez Gym.
Yep, shout out to Martinez Gym.
And they sent me a nice little thermal here. And G's gonna be out there working. We got Britain Hart coming out, which to honor the female champions of BKFC and bare knuckle. We got Mundell coming to honor, to show his face too and sign autographs.
I heard a little bird say Big Face was gonna be down there. I mean, you might see Big Face down there with his sombrero. I want to say this. a little fun fact for the fans. Aguascalientes, Mexico also has a professional soccer team owned by none other than Eva Longoria. Did you know that?
Yes. I did know that. I'm surprised you knew that. That's pretty cool, man. Like Aguascalientes is nice, man. It's really nice.
It is.
It's like, you know, it's not like how everybody in there, everyone, you know, has a perception of Mexico. When you go fight in Mexico, you know, they have that perception in the gym in Tijuana somewhere.
Like you're at the Alamo and shit.
Yeah.
You're the last of the Alamo. No, man. Come on.
That gym is very nice. You know,
they have Netflix too, bro. They got YouTube too.
Yeah, and they got a Macy's and a Ross, right?
Everything, yeah. I go run over to Marshall's, give me a black shirt right now.
Yes, sir.
But once again, that's exciting, right? You guys have been down there, and Martinez Jim, big up shout outs to him. He's been a huge part of what you guys are doing in Mexico, right?
Yeah, Sylvia, Buddy, Meg, man, you guys, they're amazing people. They've been so supportive with everything, and they believe in it. Some people that really believe in this whole journey of Prospect Amateurs, BKFC, and the whole new combat sport that's coming out. So I got to give shots out to them. It wouldn't be possible for guys like that, for teams like that. It wouldn't be possible without the Dave Feldman, without the Josh Chassis, without the Martinez Gym, without the Gee Perez, without the faces and the match,
or the Andy Halls and all the guys behind it, and Nate Shooks. I mean, there's a lot goes into that.
It's like I know that. You know, when you work in a company of a group like that, there's always a little bit of here and that's no good and that's no good. But at the end of the day, man, it all comes together. It comes together, and if show happens, and the results get done, and we go to the next one and go to the next one, it's never going to be easy. But every person plays a part.
I'm sorry, let me catch up. I did want to say that G, someone did ask again in the customer. We did answer this earlier, but just for y'all out there that just asked if G wins this is a title shot in the future. He wants that. He said, you know, he's ready to do whatever as far as management goes. But I mean, it would almost seem that it would be very close because, you know, G's basically unbeatable in there when he don't get hurt and the doctor don't stop the goddamn fight. But I mean, so yes, we all hope he gets a title fight. Somebody says, what's in the fridge? They want to know what's in the fridge, man. Somebody want to know what in that fridge, man.
Listen, G is stressed out right now.
Look at him
for no reason, bro. There is nothing in that fridge. I'm telling
you. G calling Nelson 5 times a day tomorrow. Can I have some ramen?
Bro,
can I eat a Cheerio?
I just don't answer him no more. I say, hey, wait, he's less than 10 pounds over every day.
G walks around cut up, man, with a 12-pack. Yeah, man. He got abdominal muscles on his pecs.
Ripped right now, bro.
I don't know how you have abdominal muscles on your chest, but you do. Shit.
we gotta get G a hunting show, man. You gotta follow him.
What?
Bro.
Listen, we'll do it.
I actually went hunting today, bro. I caught 2 hogs today.
Oh yeah.
Well, see, we need to link you up there with Rockstar and them. You know they're big hunters.
When I'm home, all I do is I want to eat. So I just go out there to the woods and there's nothing to eat. It's just water. So I just fast and water and water and water. And then you're running through these woods, you carrying stuff, you're being active. So, I think I burned more than 2,500 calories today. Easy.
Wow.
Just
you're gonna make weight easy, man. You're professional. You know you're always gonna make weight. Like you said, you're stressing over nothing. You're gonna make that weight easy, G. You're gonna make it easy.
I just stress myself out.
So is there anything you want to close out with, Nelson? Man, first of all, I want to say to everyone listening, thank you for joining us, man. We are super excited to be involved in bringing you the Nelson Lopez Jr. Show every week, man. Be on tune. Now that I know he's going to work the shit out of me, I will have a better outline for him next week. I guarantee you that.
Somebody says, Eddie going to be your cut man. Yes, Eddie will be my cut man.
Yeah, who cut man's for the best cut man? That's what I be wanting to know.
Eddie,
you ain't got the best cut man because it's you.
Y'all don't do Eddie like that. Eddie was there before
man.
Eddie is my dude, man. That's my guy. Eddie be saving my life. We're not gonna talk about it, but Eddie saved my life on every trip.
I know he does.
I love you, Eddie.
Eddie. Shouts out to Eddie, boy. See, that's another thing. Eddie's a key player too, and nobody knows it. Look, man, what I want to say is for the fighters, I want get your questions together. Get really what you want to know about this business, how you can advance in this business. Don't be shy. You guys, all of y'all probably have my phone number and my Instagram. You know, hit me up. Let's see what we can, how I can help you. And another thing is, you got to put a good team around you. You know, people that you trust. You're gonna know who your real team is. If you catch an L, you're gonna find out real quick who's for you for real. And you know, just keep God first. Work hard if you're a professional, and keep a small circle of people that you trust that are really for you, for sure.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. On the G, we want to thank you, man. Is there anyone you want to shout out, your sponsors or your gym or anything before we let you go, sir?
I mean, we got a couple sponsors. First off, let's give a shout out to Bucked Up Energy. Let's give a shout out to John Deere. Let's give a shout out to New Level Boxing. Bro, it's Dynamic Wellness. You know, shout out to Dynamic Wellness. They actually
Diesel laptops.
Diesel laptops.
Blackout coffee.
Yes, just man, so
Man,
many.
got the
bro.
best sponsors in the game.
Tattoos. Huh?
Now I see how you got that nice ass house. You got the bomb sponsors.
Hey, Face is writing them down like, okay, I'm gonna hit him up.
Hit him up. Dynamic Wellness.
Oh God. Hey,
No,
man,
but
it's been good, man. Appreciate
so
it. Really
thank you again. We appreciate you, man. And for I want to speak for everyone. I speak for Nelson Lopez Jr. when I tell everyone to please tune in every week to the newest and greatest show on the internet, the Nelson Lopez Jr. Show, man. We want to thank Lolo, man. This is all of our opportunity to go toe-to-toe with Lolo. So like he said, get your questions ready, be ready, and we will see you next week right here at the Nelson Lopez Jr. Show. Nelson, bring them out, close them out. Tell them
let's
goodbye.
go, baby. Keep your hands up. Come out swinging. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to my boy Nelson. Let's go. Turn it up. He doing his thing.